Hello, I'm Batman and I'm Mr. Freeze. Today we're going to show you a movie. Once upon a time there was a construction worker. He walked on the side of his work, then grabbed a cup of water. Then he turned around to drink it. Ah, I like water, he said. Then he put it back. Then Mr. Freeze came. Oh no! Mr. Freeze stand there with his freezing gun. The security guard got so scared he dropped his gun and ran away. But he wasn't fast enough because Mr. Freeze used his freezing lasers. Pew 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 pew. Then he froze him and got back to his work. Then he got all the crystal. Then Batman came. He slid under him and fired him. Mr. Freeze. He fired down his freezing beam. Then he ran fast. Then he jumped high. Then Mr. Freeze thought he was gone, so he built his freeze ray. Then he froze something. Then he kept freezing it. Then he froze now there's nobody who can stop him since Batman's gone. So he went back and count his money. But then Batman was right above him and he'd shoot his fire gun. Batman slid under him and shoot his fire gun. Pew, 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 pew. Which broke Mr. Freeze's ice ray again. Aw, man. Then he tripped. Yay! Then the security guard was still frozen in that ice thingy. Then Batman came. Then Mr. Freeze stand up and Batman came and he jumped up again and they were fighting. Fighting still. Which made Mr. Freeze trip again and he falls out. Batman was happy that he falls out and the gun was broken. So he went to the security guard's ice thingy. Then he fired it out, which melted.
Yeah.
Then he and the security guard took Mr. Freeze and his gigantic robot away. So then the security guard took care of Mr. Freeze and Batman took care of his gigantic robo-suit.
And then Mr. Freeze gonna go to jail.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze gonna go to jail. Yeah, the security guard behind him, guarding him just in case some kind of bad guy comes out. And Batman just standing there still. Yep. And now Mr. Freeze is going and going
To jail.
and going and going with the Batman behind them carrying the gigantic robo-suit and going and going and going and going and going again and going again and going and going. Soon enough, they all lock the stuff. With Mr. Freeze in jail and the gigantic robo suit in the jail too. But wait.
Wait a second.
But wait. Later that night, Mr. Freeze came out.
Yeah.
He went close to his broken freeze ray. He grabbed some pieces and build it together again.
Yeah. So he got it. And then he
building, and now he's done with his ice gun. He got up to a security guard and freeze!
Again.
He froze him again. He was just sitting there, frozen in the ice cube. Later, Batman was looking at the windows to see if anything was steal. Then he saw Mr. Freeze jump out the ice cube, grabbed him, and then he said, "Bye-bye." He threw him up in the air.
So it won't come down.
Then he was falling and falling and falling, and then crash! He crashed down and broke the ice cube, and the security guard ran free. Batman with the ice gun got the ice gun in a flash. Then he charged it at Mr. Freeze and froze. He froze Mr. Freeze. And the security guard got away, leaving Mr. Freeze frozen there. And he was frozen there. The end.
What the heck?